Today's coin looks simple, but its history is shockingly deep. A coin born in a time of political tension, economic transformation, and hidden symbolism, a coin whose design hides messages only collectors understand. Stay till the end, because this 10 franc of France may surprise you more than you think. Welcome to CoinX. For the 1979 French 10 franc coin is one of those rare creations where a simple piece of metal silently captures the heartbeat of an entire nation. And as we begin to explore its journey, you will realize that this coin represents much more than just currency. This coin comes from a France standing at the edge of major industrial transformation, where factories were rising, old structures were collapsing, and the modern economy was taking shape. The bold and aggressive design on the coin's reverse communicates France's ambition to dominate the industrial world, while the chaotic, almost electrifying style hints at the tension of the late 1970s. At first glance, it simply looks like a piece of metal, but when you look closely, every line, every symbol, and every stroke on the coin feels like a message. The 10 franc inscription stands firm, strong, and confident, reflecting a country that wanted to reconnect with economic stability after years of political shifts. Even the cranes, the machines, the industrial motifs, they talk about construction, growth, expansion, and the rebirth of modern France. This coin marks a moment when France was preparing itself for a future shaped by technology and strong industrial power. The year 1979, engraved boldly, reminds us that this was the last era before the major changes of the 1980s redefined the country. It's a coin that whispers history, but only if you listen closely. And today we are going to listen. When you turn the coin over, you find something even more striking. A design that looks like an explosion of energy, flowing curves, sharp edges, and mysterious symbols all merging into one artistic masterpiece. This side of the coin is not just decoration. It's a coded message about the French Republic and its spirit of resilience. The central monogram, with its swirling lines and sharp extensions, is a representation of the national emblem blended with artistic freedom, something France has always been proud of. The words République Française curve around the edge, not just as identification, but as a declaration of strength and unity. The artist behind this design was not creating a simple currency. He was creating a visual philosophy, a symbolic reflection of France's identity. Even the star-like bursts around the letters seem to express power, ambition, and momentum. This artistic chaos mirrors the political atmosphere of the time, creating a fascinating connection between the coin and the environment in which it was born. It's almost like the coin is alive, carrying the loud and restless heartbeat of France during the late 1970s. The deeper you look, the more you discover. And the more you discover, the more you realize this is not a normal coin at all. Now let's step into the year 1979, an era where France was confronting new global challenges, economic competition, oil crises, rising industrialization, and major decisions shaping its future. This coin is a product of that environment, born under pressure, and designed to reflect both progress and uncertainty. France was repositioning itself in the global economy, and the minting of this 10 franc coin symbolized confidence during a time when many European countries were struggling. The government wanted a strong, bold currency representing national stability, and this coin was crafted with that intention. Unlike many coins of Europe, this one carries a futuristic design, almost ahead of its time. It does not follow traditional styles. Instead, it breaks them. And this break was intentional, mirroring how the country wanted to break free from old limitations. Collectors today admire this coin for exactly that reason. It is bold, fearless, and unique. And whenever someone studies it, they can almost feel what France was feeling in 1979. The tension, the ambition, the hunger to evolve. The coin's industrial reverse design is particularly fascinating because it showcases towers, cranes, machinery, symbols rarely used on regular coins. These industrial symbols reflect France's expanding infrastructure, rapid development in transportation, construction of new cities, booming factories, and major technological advancements. At that time, France was stepping into a new age of engineering, urban development, and global trade. But this design is also unusual because it appears chaotic, almost messy, yet everything is purposeful. Some collectors believe the chaotic lines represent the complexity of industrial transformation. Others think it was the artist's way of showing the depth and difficulty of building a modern nation. Some even suggest hidden symbols of political influence, suggesting this coin was meant to communicate the government's commitment to strengthening national industries. This layered symbolism is what makes this coin not just historic but intellectually captivating. And for collectors, a coin that makes you think is always special. Another extraordinary aspect of this 10 francs coin is its artistic reverse side, designed by the great artist Georges Mathieu, a pioneer of lyrical abstraction. His style involved sharp lines, fast strokes, and explosive patterns, which you can clearly see on the coin's artistic side. Unlike traditional engravers, Mathieu believed in expressing emotion through energy and speed. And when you look at this coin, you immediately feel that energy. The floating curves, explosive shapes, and abstract patterns show Mathieu's attempt to symbolize France's emotional strength. It is extremely rare for national currency to feature deeply artistic, almost abstract work, but France allowed it. This was a signal that the French Republic valued creativity and innovation even in its currency. Having a coin designed by a world-famous abstract artist adds cultural and financial value, making this one of the most collectible modern French coins. For collectors, a coin connected to a legendary artist becomes a treasure, not just a coin. The metal composition of this coin also tells a story. Made from nickel brass, it carries a warm golden appearance, which gives it a premium look even though it wasn't a precious metal coin. The golden shine was intentional. France wanted this currency to stand out, to feel modern and luxurious in the pockets of its citizens. Nickel brass coins resist corrosion, which means many of these 1979 coins survived in excellent condition, increasing their desirability in the collector market. The smooth edges, the perfect circular shaping, and the well-balanced weight add to the elegance of this currency. For the people using it in daily life, it felt modern and comfortable. But for collectors decades later, the metal quality and shine make it a beautiful showpiece. Some varieties even show light differences in die strikes, minting pressure, and detail clarity. Small variations that collectors are still studying. And wherever there is variation, there is value. That's why this coin has become a topic of curiosity for numismatists around the world. Market value for this coin depends entirely on condition, rarity of design sharpness, and collector demand. In average condition, it may not seem impressive. But in high grade, especially near mint or uncirculated, its price can rise rapidly. Collectors especially look for pieces with strong strikes, bright luster, and minimal wear. Those coins can attract surprisingly high prices in auctions and private sales. The involvement of artist Georges Mathieu also boosts its collectible appeal in the art coin market. And because this series no longer exists after the introduction of the euro, the coin has become a frozen moment of history, a final chapter of old France before the new European monetary era began. Such coins become more valuable with time, not because of metal content, but because of the story they carried as we reach the end of this journey. This coin teaches us something powerful, that even ordinary objects can carry extraordinary meaning. The 1979 French 10-franc coin is a bridge connecting art, industry, history, politics, and national identity. It looks simple, but behind it stands a complex identity of a nation ready to transform itself. And that is why collectors around the world love it. Because a coin that contains emotion, ambition, energy, chaos, and beauty is not just a coin anymore. It becomes a story. And stories only grow more valuable with time. So if you ever find this coin in your collection, remember this. You're not holding a piece of metal. You're holding a piece of French history, frozen in gold shine. And that makes it priceless in its own way. Like, share, subscribe to my channel.